Okay, so last but not least, the Razer Man-O-War wireless headset. Oh man, I wanted to love this one. I'll go over the specs first, but I just want to preface this with, I know Razer is a polarizing company. There's a lot of people that love them, a lot of people that just hate their guts. I am so torn on them. You know, I've got their soundbar actually that I like. I think it's a very good soundbar for the price and what it gives for me. But anyway, I'm going off on a tangent. Let me go first on. So Razer, they're based out of California. Don't know if that matters to you or not. So they are an American company. The setup experience on these was very nice. They have the Razer Synapse software. That software used to really be bad in the past. I've used it before with some mice and keyboards I used to have, and I hated it. It seemed like bloatware. They've really turned that around in my opinion. It's much better. It is an all-in-one solution. So like Logitech, I already had a Logitech mouse, so that software just immediately activated the headphones. Same thing with Razer Synapse. Once I plug these headphones in, it downloaded the drivers for it. Totally fine. So I really like these lightweight all-in-one software solutions that some of these companies have come out with. So kudos to them on that. The setup was really easy. They do make you calibrate the surround sound on these, much like the Razer Surround software suite. Doesn't take you very long, and I think it's totally worth it. It did also require a reboot afterwards. So, you know, keep that in mind that you're going to have to reboot to install the drivers and finish the software install. All right, so comfort. The bigger ear cups on this are quite nice. They did do a misstep though. So you'll probably hear me talk a little bit louder on here to hear myself, although I talk loud anyway. These have really good sound isolation. They've got these nice rubber, synthetic leather cups that really go around your ears. So these didn't pinch my ears that way like other headphones did. Unfortunately, the foam here is very loose and doesn't really, it compacts very easily. And so my ears kind of pushed up against the actual speakers. That really started hurting my ears after a while. By the second day, it was really wearing on me and made my ears very sensitive. So yeah, they kind of misstepped on that. I wish they had made these thicker, or at least a more memory foam-like material. These almost feel like they're full of air. They don't have a foam material like the others did. And this top is very, very thin. And then it's just like hard plastic on these sides here. Very strange comfort decisions on this headset, which is disappointing because in a lot of other ways this excelled. So the controls are on the bottom here. You've got actually controls for mic volume as well as controls for the volume of the headset. If you push either of these, they will mute or turn off the sound. Very cool actually. I really liked that feature on there, and they're a very small power button. This also has an extendable mic boom like these SteelSeries did. So yeah, not much more to say about the comfort. Other than they do have really good sound isolation. I think I mentioned that. No one's hearing what you're listening to on these, and vice versa. It does have a mode that you can kind of hear through the mic what you're saying through here, but I always found it really blown out, and we'll go over the mic in just a moment. Sound quality, really, really good actually. I really enjoyed the sound quality on these just right out of the box. I think they actually had the best sound. Very close tie for me with the Logitech, though these were able to get louder, which was really nice. So I really wanted to love these, but they had, you know, the comfort thing was a big deal for me, and after 2 days I still wasn't getting used to it. It was just really hurting my ears. Again, you know, ear bleedingly loud when you turn these up. So yeah, no complaints about sound quality or the volume. A lot of equalizer settings you can adjust these with, so no issues there. USB input only, and in fact it's right here. It by far had the tiniest adapter. That is going to be a big factor to a lot of you out there. If you're traveling a lot with a laptop, I could see this being a huge plus for you, and it just slides in here, clicks in, you don't have to worry about losing it. By far, these have these had the longest range of anybody. I could not believe where this was reaching. Far reaches of my house, the other ones were reaching, but once in a while they'd drop out for like a second and come back. So I'd say they were working at those ranges. But Razer was not only working, it was rock solid. I went out to the sidewalk in my house, and these were still working. I don't know what magic they've done with these, but by far the best range with the smallest adapter. I don't know what they did. It's amazing. It's using 2.4 gigahertz as well, which is a pretty crowded band. So good on Razer. That really was impressive to me. Battery life was good. They last about 18 hours on a charge with about a 4 to 5 hour charge time. Pretty standard, but you know, a little bit ahead of the pack as far as that goes with some of the other options out there. So yeah, good, really solid battery life. I think part of that is they put probably a big battery in here because these are a little bulky. As you can see, you're not making any fashion statements with these. So I'm going to play the mic video a little bit later, but as a heads up, these probably have the worst mic of all of them. It picks up everything in the room. It sounds really just loud and washed out. I don't know how to describe the sound, but just not a good microphone, which is another downside on this, which is too bad because there's a lot of reasons to love this headset, but that microphone is just one of the really bad deal breakers on this, in my opinion. It's just, I don't know, maybe you can stand it and you can listen for yourself and see, but I didn't like it very much. And then as far as price goes, $170, I think that's very reasonable for what you're getting here. If these fit better on my head, I probably would have chosen these. Not, you know, spoiler alert, but I do not choose these in the end. They were very close in the running though. This was a close second. Yeah, smallest adapter, best virtual surround of the bunch by far. You can look at it in the positional audio video, but Razer has really nailed virtual surround, especially with their Surround Sound Pro suite, but even out of the box, these guys were superior to everybody else out there. Razer has done some serious research, is what it feels like, in there and on the wireless protocol. It's really too bad they didn't nail the comfort factor on these, because otherwise, the comfort and mic, if they nailed that on these, this might actually be my perfect headset, other than lack of inputs, maybe for other people that might be a concern. So yeah, I gave this a solid 3 out of 4. I do recommend buying this if they're comfortable to you. I think you could do some mods on this to maybe put some more padding in these and put some padding on the top that would get past that part. If you already have a microphone on your desk or something that you use to stream or do anything like that, or you don't mind that your teammates hate how you sound, maybe the microphone isn't a big deal to you. So I think this is worth buying if those aren't factors, because I think the sound is very solid. I think the positional audio is solid. I think Razer's software is solid now. Yeah, other than these feeling a little cheap too, that'd be one other downside, is they don't quite do the lay on your chest well, and they creak every time you move them. Come on, Razer. Seriously, this is 2016. It's all multi-layered plastic stuff, and plastic on its own isn't a downside. You've probably heard my opinion about that, but this is the bad plastic. This is the stuff you don't want to see on your headset. So I really feel like this is going to snap just doing all of this. It doesn't, but not. All right, so I didn't publish these headphone reviews until like 3 years after I did them. I got a wild hair to do these, and then I never followed through, but I am publishing it now. I actually ended up having some problems with the G933s, the Logitech ones, and getting these Razer ones instead. And they were really good for me, other than the microphone and the comfort few things. I actually put a knitted wool thing on that top band to make it usable. The top band snapped within 6 months of using them. They were so disappointing. Still stand behind the pros of the headset, but that top band snapping that quick, that was just inexcusable. So Razer does have some quality problems with that. I didn't ever try the follow-ups to this wireless headset, and I've heard those are better quality. So, you know, maybe I'll get those eventually if there's some demand for that. But just to follow this up, I did actually end up buying this headset and keeping it for a while. and I ended up selling it about 6 months later. To Razer's credit, they did repair the headphones when it broke like that, but 6 months, I mean, it's just a design flaw. They can fix it all they want. It's going to keep breaking every 6 months to a year. So anyway, just to insert this real quick in the middle of the review. Not good. So anyway, you know, 3 out of 4, you could buy it, but I a little riskier on this one.